I just completed a video on white balancing your camera. That's basically color calibrating it in the lighting environment that you're in. And I had an idea with ShadeWave to put ShadeWave to a test. So the test is this. This photo here is white balanced and the color is very, very good. This was actually shot in 3200K, which is very yellow-red, like this. So you can see how this is skewed toward yellow-red. And even though this was the same lighting, I white balanced it. So I had an idea. So what will happen if I color calibrate this one and the other one and then put it into our quality control part of ShadeWave, which is new, and see if they come out the same or not? Because obviously the shade tabs A2 and D3 are the same on both pictures. So let's do that. So let's process this photo here. I'm going to click on the A2 shade tab and I'm going to call it an A2. I'm going to click on it twice. Call it an A2. And then this one is a D3. I'm going to click on the D3. Obviously call it a D3. Okay, so we sampled it 2 times. And now let's color calibrate it to what the standard should be. And it should not change very much at all. And indeed, here is the original, and here's the color corrected. Very little difference. You could see the color correction worked very, very well. And then if we actually get a map on this, so let's do a map of the 2 shade tabs, the A2 and the D3, and they should be that should come up as an A2 and a D3. And indeed, you see A2 and you see D3. So it works perfectly as you would expect. But let's try the other photo and see what happens. So this one here is extremely skewed toward the yellow-red. Same shade tabs, A2, D3. Well, let's go ahead and process this. And I'm going to, again, call this one A2 and a D3, which oops. That's an A2. I made a mistake. They're both A2. And now let's click on the D3. Click on the D3. Call it a D3. So we're sampling the shade tabs just like we would do normally. And then let's color correct it and see how it looks. Color correct. So we're using the shade tabs as references to color correct the photo, and they look virtually identical. But let's do this. So you can see it better. I'm going to go to our new QC feature, QC, that's under Photos, QC, and I'm going to click on QC, and it only does quality control of photos that have been processed, like these 2 have been processed. You can see the green border on this one and the green border on the other one. So let's set the original one, the one that's been color corrected. I'm going to put that on the left. So that's here on the left. And then let's put the other one on the right. This is color corrected. You see the background is obviously different. Okay, and we're actually going to zoom in on it. Just like that. Let's zoom in on it. And so you can see this one better. Zoom in on it. And they look basically the same. And I'm able to switch back to the original photos, and you can see the difference. You can see how yellow-red that is. And that I got to tell you, I'm just amazed by that. Okay, so they look the same, and now we can go grayscale. This is for value, and so that's the A2 on the left, and this is the A2 on the right, and they just look the same. And again, I'm going to do the D3 and put the D3 over here on the other side. So even under grayscale, they look identical, but you could see how different they were from the beginning. And let's do the shade on the other one, which we didn't do. So I'm closing QC. And now this one here is the one that was very red-yellow. And let's do a map of that one and see what we get. And of course we get A2 and we get D3. So this shows how well that ShadeWave under two totally different lighting conditions, how it works to color calibrate the photos so that even if one is totally different lighting than another, it really does a good job of color calibrating the photos and also giving you accurate shades.